physical therapy has always kind of focused on neck strength in some way or another, but it's, I guess in physical therapy terms, why is neck strength so important? You started talking a little bit about the like acceleration and deceleration and just having resistance in different directions. Why is it important to have neck strength?
Yeah, I could look at it, you can answer that in so many ways. I think it's important to have strength around any joint that is painful, right? So if you have shoulder pain, what are we going to do? We're going to strengthen the rotator cuff muscles. That's almost a guarantee. So the same argument, can be made for any joint in the body, right? You got knee pain, you're going to want to go after the quadriceps. That's just what we've learned as physical therapists is, adding strength, adding muscle activation, getting muscles firing in that region of symptom seems to have an effect. And I don't think we can say exactly why strengthening a muscle at a specific area can get rid of the pain in itself, but we know that to be true now. And we know that there are specific muscles for each region that we should hit. The deep neck flexors for the cervical spine seem to be particularly important. And then with the next level, what's interesting is you can target the deep neck flexors, but then you can go more global. So if you want to get all the muscles in the neck activated, like 63% of the neck muscles have a role in rotation. So if you want to get the rotators going, you're going to hit almost every muscle in the neck. And blood flow activation, brain activation for the motor cortex in that area. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like adding strength, getting the muscles firing has a analgesic effect.
Well, certainly helps with pain relief, but also I think one thing that I try to communicate with patients is you have to train your body for life. And if you're using your neck and you're turning your head and you're doing all these things, but you've never put yourself in a scenario where your neck's in a loaded position while rotating, while doing something else, it's going to open up the opportunity for you to get injured. And so if you can train with resistance, like your product will be able to do, your body will be like, oh, hey, like I've been here before. And I see that with even like NFL running backs where they'll train, what's the most common injury with a running back? It's like an ACL tear, right? And the common injury for that is internal rotation on a plant foot. And so I see a lot of these NFL running backs, and what they practice is they'll practice resisted internal and external rotation at the femur. And it's so that way they can get used to being in that position, get strong in that position. And then when they go come game time, the chances of them getting injured are probably a lot less. I don't have any stats to back this up, but it would seem that it would be a lot less if you had never done that before. And then boom, you're going to snap something.
100%. Yeah, I'm training for a marathon right now, and I can tell you that if I don't run long distances prior to trying to run 26 miles, my body will die. Like I will get destroyed. You
Right.
have to train for it. Yeah, you have to expose yourself to that. And so, yeah, strengthen the neck so that it can be ready for the forces it's about to see in whatever sport you're participating in.
Unless you're David Goggins, then you can just run out and just do whatever you want for for ungodly amounts of time.
Yes. And Cam Hanes. Yeah, those two
Yeah.
have exclusive rights.
And that's why I like the resistance bands, though. Just like it can be gradual exposure, right? We can start with isometrics and then we can work into concentric contractions and eccentrics, right? And it can kind of bring you graded exposure to neck strengthening exercises. And, I want to get into exactly more of the product and what directions can you provide resistance? You already alluded to rotation and then cervical neck flexors, but I guess what are the all possibilities for the machine?
Yeah, so you can work on the rotation. That can be through mobility exercises and strengthening exercises. Then within the rotation category, you can do eccentrics, you can do concentrics, you can combine the two. Then you have the isometrics world where you're applying a load and then you maintain the position. You can do that in any specific range of the neck that you want. And then there's also lateral flexor strengthening. So you can position the board such that you'll work on the lateral flexors, and then you'll position the board vertically or parallel with the spine, and you can go through flexor and extensor training.